Hello, welcome back to Plays with Ink. I am Carlene. I am here to unbox this beauty right here. I was on Reddit maybe a month or so ago, a little bit less than a month ago, and I saw a pink and purple special edition Pilot 74. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have it. And so I went down this rabbit hole to find that pen. I finally found it on a Japanese marketplace, and I went to go purchase it. But in the meantime, I was perusing their catalog to see, well, let me see what else I can get if I'm going to pay for this shipping. And when I tell you I saw this item, I stopped in my tracks. And I couldn't convince myself to purchase both pens, so I went with this one instead. And then the drama began. On that website, there was a text box. Mind you, I had to use Google Translate, so there might have been some translation errors. But I went on there, and I had to put my information, my address, and then an additional box, the text box, was requesting to write out your information in a specific format. I did so. Then a couple of days ago, I got a notification from DHL saying, congratulations, your package was delivered, which was strange because literally I didn't hear anything. My doorbell didn't ring. And when I opened my door, my heart dropped and there was no package. So needless to say, I went on a heart-pounding investigation. Come to find out, they still had my address incorrect on the package, so the package was not able to be delivered, even though it was scanned as delivered. I was able to work with DHL to get it redelivered today. So here we go. So let's get started. Ooh, isn't she pretty? So the number one reason, well, let's see what's in here. Okay, this is the certificate, the warranty card, and a couple of cartridges. Normal stuff. Let me close this box. So the reason why this intrigued me so much was because when I first read the title of this pen, it said Sailor by Nagawasa, original fountain pen, Kobe Night Sky, Prophet Gathered, Naginata. And I was like, gathered? And even though it said sailor in the title, I originally immediately assumed they meant platinum, because I remember platinum had several iterations, which I have here, of the gathered fountain pen, but it was sailor. And on top of that, they have like this pen is like, I thought it was navy blue, but it's more like a royal blue with gold and this really pretty clear finial. Oh, that's pretty. And then I was able to get this pen with the special edition nib, with the special nib, the Naginata nib that I have been drooling over for years, and the price was just right. So for me, again, this is not a cheap pen. Do not want to dismiss that, but what I would end up paying for it stateside was significantly less than what I purchased it for from the Japanese store. Oh, look at that. So I got the Naginata medium. I was going back and forth whether I wanted the medium fine or the medium, and I decided to go ahead and get the medium. So let's see if there's any cartridge converter already in here. Yes, okay, and it came with a converter, but I got an extra one just in case it didn't. Look at that. This thing is, can you see that nib? Looks like an architect, in my eyes, architect grinds, but let's see what it writes like. So I I'm trying to decide between which ink to use. So I got this in an ink swab ink splat box, the last one, the December box, and I am going to use it to swatch these two inks. This is First Wheel Press Timeless Blue, and then Birmingham Inks USS Wickham Navy Blue. Apologize, I had some ink damage from another bottle. I don't know which one I should use. Let's see. That's pretty, but I don't know if I want to use that in my pen. That's pretty though. We'll see. Still not decided. I already have this navy blue in another pen that I have, and I absolutely love it, but I don't feel like I should have the same ink in two pens. But you know what? Who would it hurt? Because I absolutely love this navy blue. And since it is just ink, I think I'm gonna go with what I love and go for this one because I really, really like it. Maybe I'll wash the other one out. That's good. Maybe not. Let's try that again. I was rotating it the opposite way, so I actually wasn't drawing up any ink. Okay. Let me get my ink cloth. And let me put this bottle top back on because I can see an accident waiting to happen. And so this pen is not only a gathered pen, it also has sparkles in the resin. Oh, that's beautiful. It does post, and I love to post my pen. I love to post my pens. I cannot stand having pens I cannot post. So let's write this on here. This is, oh yeah, First Wheel Press, Timeless Blue. This is Birmingham Pen Company, Navy Blue. So I love the color of this ink. I love the ink in this pen. But here's my concern. Well, let's do a couple of things. Let's look at the other gathered. So this is an older model of the Platinum gathered. It's a snap-on cap. And the gathering on here is actually bigger, wider or thicker than it is on here. And you see they have this band on the bottom, and Sailor doesn't have the band. Okay? Oh, oops. And this is the newest gathered by Platinum. The newest gathered by Platinum. Apologies. It is, sorry. put that down. This is the 10th anniversary of the gathered pen. They actually ended up changing the nib to this from the older version. And actually all future platinum pens will now have this nib on here. And then this is a Platinum Century. And like I said, it is the newer version of the Platinum gathered. And so the gathering now is only right underneath the section and right on the top of the band on the cap. And actually this gathering is actually wider than this. So this is the thinnest. They're closer in space and smaller in diameter. Then it goes to this one and this one. So I was really surprised. Oh, and the gathering on the Sailor goes all the way on the cap and on the body, whereas the gathering is limited on where the placement. Even on the older gathering, it doesn't go all the way to the tip of the pen. So let me talk about my concerns. Let me move this away. This is my Gillen leather writer's bag, which I absolutely love. I think I've already done a video on this, and I'll, if not, I'll attach the review, but I absolutely love it. Move this out the way. Gonna do writing samples in a couple of different locations. And so this is the Sailor Time Nagawasa Kobe Night Sky. Okay. Gathered Naginata. This is a really beautiful pen, and man, I really wish I had gone for the medium fine nib. That's my only issue at this point in time. This is a 21K nib, and this is really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful writer, but it is a thick writer. It's thick. Okay, it's a thick writer. If it was a finer writer, I think that I would absolutely fall in love with it, and that it could be a daily use pen. But because this is such a thick writer, I won't be able to use it in my planner the way I would need to. Now look at this ink. Isn't this beautiful? I have had, side note, I have had this ink for, I want to say about 3 years. The bottle is full because I never ever used it. I bought it and forgot about it. And I was saying to myself last week that I wanted to start swatching some of my inks because I forget about it because this is the color that's on the top and it's faded a little while, faded when I first did this swatch. And so I said to myself, let me do some new swatches in a book so that I can actually see the colors I have. And when I swatched it, I was like, oh, I like this. And so when this I swatched it and I fell in love with the color. And it's so weird because it goes on wet, and then it dries down matte to this really pretty, like washed out blue. I don't even know how you call it. It's navy. It's everything I love in an ink. So again, love this ink. And this is an older formula, so they are not making this anymore, unfortunately. And had I known I love this so much, I would have gotten the bigger bottle when they had them in stock. This is before the rebranding. Yeah, this nib is too wide. And if I wanted to get this pen again, which I won't, the cost is not, it was ridiculous. It wasn't ridiculous. This is an expensive pen. And even it being expensive, buying it directly from the store, right now eBay has one and they're selling it for $8.71. And I'm like, wow, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is gorgeous. It's not worth $871. Was it worth what I paid for it? I think I would have been okay if it was the exact nib that I want. And I wonder if I can get this reground to a smaller point. But I do love it. I need to log the pen and ink in my book so I do not forget. And today is, oh, that's huge, $12.29. And this is the Sailor. Just look how pretty that is. Okay, and I'll do one more writing sample on Tomorrow River paper. This is not Tomorrow, if you get the name of it, but I also got this out of my Ink Splat monthly box, along with these cards. And this is a pen test. Well, I love the color. I love the pen. I love the design. I love the sparkles. I love the feel of it in my hands. It's absolutely a unique pen. This is gorgeous. I am just a little saddened that I misjudged the pen width. So normally medium is perfect, but this feels like a paintbrush. Right? Yeah, it feels like a paintbrush. I can only imagine what the actual broad would feel like. Woo! I can only imagine. But I will close out the video. And yeah. So at this point, I am switching over to voiceover mode because there was so much noise in my background and I knew it was going to irritate those watching it. It was irritating me as I was doing the watch back. So right now I am trying to find different angles to write with this pen to make it more usable for myself. So right now I have it at the 90-degree angle. Feels like an extra fine. I tried reverse writing. It was a no-go. Doing some squiggly lines now. As you can see, that's the higher angle I'm using. Then I move on to the, was that 45-degree angle, so a medium level or lower angle. And it's going back to the paintbrush issue I had initially. I still love the pen. I am hoping to make it to a pen show in the next few months. And then
once I do that, I plan on getting this nib reground to a finer Naginata.
Well, that's all I have.
That will be more
I
useful
appreciate you
to me.
tuning in and watching.
So thank you.
Again, this is the Nagawasa by, the Sailor by Nagawasa. Kobe Night Sky gathered. And that's it.